Alright, hey, hello, and welcome everyone. Can you all hear me? Yeah, okay. Alright. Okay. Just making sure that my microphone is good. Today another Challenge Cup match. Cloudike on the left side, Cybrou on the right side, and your commentators today are Chuckles, Kyrie, and Tobias. How are you doing, guys?
Can't complain, can't complain. Lovely evening we have, and the very first brackets match on the Silver Gauntlets today. So I'm looking forward to that. Folks, Chuckles, Kyrie, how are you?
I am great. I'm looking forward to another Challenge Cup race and the first of the brackets. So yeah, it'll be a fun one.
Yeah, here we are at last. Group phases are done, and we are here. Single elimination, 1 and out for the first round here in the round of 32. And we've got two fantastic runners here, Cybrou versus Cloudike. Both runners who have been playing for a little bit now. I think Cloudike maybe a little bit longer than Cybrou, but both French runners, both looking to take it down for, I don't know, who's the president of France at the moment? Macron, maybe.
Let's
Okay.
let's not get into politics, but what we can see from the comparison that we have on screen right now is certainly that, at least in terms of recorded, finished standard settings races on race time, Cybrou has about 2.5 times the races in the books as Cloudite does. And however, in terms of head-to-head encounters, so in races where both of the runners have been in and have faced each other, Cloudike has taken the win 8 out of 10 times.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's one of the things I mentioned right at the start of before we started that Cloudike has been playing for longer, allegedly since season 2, looking at their Yoshi's kind of tournament tracker. But yeah, like Cybrou has won 33 races according to, is it this one that we're looking at there? Yeah, 97 races compared to 37, and is doing very well against Cloudike in the races that they've played together. So really exciting one to look forward to.
Yeah, that being said, though, Cybrou's recorded fastest time a 1:40:29 in standard settings, which is friggin' fast. Versus Cloudike's 2:23, which is also not shabby, but it is certainly 40 minutes faster on Cybrou's side there. So it's going to be interesting to see. No, Triforce Blitz is not recorded as standard Star. So it's going to be interesting to see who has the upper hand here. I think both runners certainly have their chances here, and there are, to be clear, no easy matchups in Challenge Cup or in the top 64 tournament.
Yeah, no, I think that it's gonna be a very even race, and hopefully it's a close one.
Yeah, out of these two, Cybrou has beat me as well in a race in RSL. So, that's a significant scalp, some would say. Some would say the most sought after scalp in Zuta to take down the mighty Chuckles 501. Maybe that's my own kind of sick inner thought process.
That is specifically one person who would say that, but let's not dwell on that.
Milkweed, maybe, I don't know.
Oh.
All right, looks like our runners are just about to get going. I can definitely see that both our both restreams are ready, because obviously this race is also restreamed in French. So if you are a French watcher who is more comfortable watching these races in the French language, then check out Menu's restream. And oops, that might not be the right restream channel today. I'm sorry. I've been misled
Poppy
by the
Grant.
bot. It's Poppy Grant today.
Yeah.
In any case, we can see both of them are ready. We are starting with the light medallion. We are starting with Prelude, and we are off.
All right. Looks like Cybrou is gonna head straight to adult CAC probably. Check the hints. Temple of
Temple
Time,
of Time
Path
to
of
Queen
Goma.
Goma. 40
40's
dead,
dead.
50 blue potion bottle,
Dead.
and still Temple of Time to Queen
Time to
Goma.
Goma.
So
Okay.
likely a song in the Temple of Time there.
Look at this fancy new layout that we've got for the season 6 of Challenge Cup also. Like, how awesome is this?
It is beautiful.
It truly is. Thanks so much to Ito for providing it for us. And
we did get a look at the pedestal as well, but I'm not looking at Cloudike's side for that.
Yeah, so we've got Temple of Time to Goma, and I don't know if we saw what the Deku medallion was, because obviously if it's purple or orange, then it's not going to be Lax, and if it's green, then it can't be Prelude. So it'd be interesting to confirm what that is. Because if it's a song for Queen Goma, then that is strange. But if it's Lax for Kakiri Sword, then that would be pretty intense.
I think 30's dead. So 30, 40, and 50 are all most likely not required.
Yeah, Skull's being dead straight away. Like, if you have that information really early on, you may make just an active decision of being like, you know what, I'm not going to focus on schools today. I'm not going to purposely pick up many schools because I don't need to pick up a lot. I could just pick up kind of 20 on the way.
Yeah, no, exactly. Getting our look at our first song, and ZL on the windmill.
Yeah, one of the great songs to find in the windmill, because that means you get an additional song here in the graveyard. You're here as adult without magic and a fire source, so you can't pick up the check for the composer's torches, but picking up that song is really powerful, especially if it's a warp song.
Yeah, no, exactly. So far, no major items have been found yet either.
Yeah, CAC been pretty barren.
we will see if that changes with Dampe Race or any other checks on the graveyard. ZL is certainly a powerful song to find early, though.
Especially because we found it at Windmill, so we could just go and get the song in the grave right away as well. It's convenient to get early on.
Yeah, you want to do this Dampe race and then head towards and pick up the songs, then you can just prelude out of... Oh, I don't know what that was, but that might have been a Deku Shield. But Cybrou is doing it the other way around, maybe with the intention of going up DMT afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe heading towards the river.
Song of Time also gives you, or would be nice, gives you an exit out of the end of Dampe race. So you maybe looking.
Okay, Cola's saying that was a bomb bag in there. It definitely looked bright. For me, it looked like a bit like a Deku Shield, but I really didn't see the pixels on that one, so I will trust Cola's knowledge on that.
Yeah, I agree with the bomb bag. It looked like a bomb bag to me. It looked circular and it looked brown, so...
So to pick that up, you would need either a bean, which is potentially bomb locked, or scale locked, or you would need the long shot. So interesting combinations. Have a bomb bag there as we get Bolero on the Composer's Grove.
Yep, more songs for us. That much is for sure. Yeah,
it was Bolero. So, and that's just another song. We could potentially get a song chain going here pretty quick.
Yeah, going to be handy for Cloudike, because he'll just be able to play Bolero straight from the Composer spot. And Cybrou going to go a bit backwards and forwards, so it'd be interesting to see when Cybrou plays Bolero. if he continues to go down the maybe River DMT route, or if he's just going to play DMT straight, play Bolero straight out of it.
Yeah.
And there was nothing on the damn paycheck. You know what they say, dead man has dead checks.
Unless, of course, he has your hook shot, which has happened a disturbing amount of times this tournament.
Yep.
Yeah.
I did a seed last night and he had my magic.
Also neat.
Yeah, not very nice. And I found out later my second magic was on child fishing.
Oh, dear.
Woof. Anyway, Cloudike playing Bolero, immediately getting the next song. Let's see what it is.
Yep. I'm hoping it's Requiem or something and we get a little song chain going.
Certainly make for good mobility.
Nope, song
And it's
time.
Sun Song.
Oh wait, Sun
One
Song
more
time.
check.
My bad.
Yeah, that's frustrating. We've just left the graveyard, and now we've picked up a graveyard song. So
Great timing on that one, yeah.
Yep.
I don't think Cloudike peeked to see what was on the volcano.
No.
Probably because of the timings. They just want to head towards the fire temple here.
He did peek the crater wall check, and that was nothing that interested him, I think.
Yeah, it looked like a red
Yeah.
Rupu.
Yeah, it didn't look too important.
Let's see if Volvagia's antechamber has anything good. That's a small key. Theoretically, not hammerlocked.
Yep.
Yeah,
Is that
this is
information
the
you
worry
want?
about.
I'm not
This
sure
is-
you want that.
Yeah, it's a worry with the fire temple, and why I don't necessarily like dipping fire is that you're probably just going to find either a dead item, or you're going to find a key, and then you're going to have to go further into the fire temple, which is a scary prospect. Because what if you just find a key here? Then it's kind of just a waste of time, and then you have to decide how you're going to get out of here. We've got Prelude this time, so that's fine, but on other occasions, it might be difficult to get out of here.
Yeah. And we did get Cybrou did check the on top of the spire and crater there, or whatever it's called, and it was a bloopy, it looked like, so not important.
Well, okay, Cloudike now knows that he is hammerlocked in here. That is good news. Good news because, as you said, Chuckles, it is all too easy to get lured into going up Fire Temple early without hammer, and then getting locked out later, and having to return anyway.
Yeah. And one thing to note as well is that the Deku medallion is the water medallion, so it could potentially be the light arrow cutscene check for Kakiri sword. Potentially.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be a song. What song could it be? I mean, it could be something like Nocturne, because it's
It
also
could be-
Jabu as well. Like,
could
and
be
that's a
Storm.
high
Also-
requirement dungeon.
It
Could also be
Storm.
SFM access for finding your Kokiri sword somewhere in forest or something.
Yeah.
Or it could be storms for well or something. One of those storms grottos.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I think we got to keep an eye on SFM logic to see if how we can get in there as adult. Then also keep an eye out on things like spirit access and desert access for Epona song and stuff like that.
Yep. And child shooting didn't have anything.
Well, it had a heart container, which is not unwelcome, I think, this early in the
Yeah.
seed.
Especially when we have fire to do, and it could definitely help out with that dreaded, annoying little timer.
Fire is one of our medallions. Water is one of our stones, and as the French meme goes, we love water stones. So OoT is Song of Storms.
Song of Storms.
Oh, that's Schrodinger's all dungeons.
So our stones are water, DC, and spirit. So Water's a bit of a papega. DC, we're probably just going to see DC independent anyway, as soon as we get explosives. And then
Yeah.
Spirit, again, one of those high requirement dungeons needing 2 strengths, mirror shield, you know, some other shenanigans like a hook shot as well. So could be a difficult get for Storms, the seed.
Yep. And it looks like we're
Minor-
going to see Richard.
Minor divergence here. Cloudike has turned it to night and has checked what is on Richard. Cybrou hasn't done yet. If that had been an important item that could have played a role in this case, it's just a stick. Doc brought a stick home. And as kind as we were to bring the dog home, Richard's mom asked us to, take the stick back outside.
Wonder.
Yeah, Cloudike buying a shield as well. So using that 99 rupees and can just grind some more rupees up the chain here. So I think that's a very prudent buy.
Yep. And I assume that once Cybrou gets to the back of Lon Lon Ranch, we're going to see Child spawn most likely. I assume, anyway.
Yeah, probably it's almost the set place to check out your save warp.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I don't know if any of these runners or what the kind of emulator VC split is between these two, because that would kind of dictate how often they're going to want to use that save spawn.
All right. Looking at race time, I think Cybrou is on VC for sure, and
Okay.
Cloudike is on VC as well. Both of them are.
Okay, interesting.
So neither one of them has a slight advantage with loading times or reset times.
Well, we've just picked up Saria song from Epona, from the Malon check. So that would remove the forest access potential logic waffness for the Temple of Time for Goma.
So if it's the song, I believe it's... Oh, yeah. Yep, and we're gonna see our child spawn here.
So one thing we didn't mention, Cybrou was the winner of their group. They went 3-0, and Cloudike was the second place runner in their group. They went 2-1.
Okay.
So let's see what our child spawn is.
Ooh, Lost Woods. That's not terrible.
Lost Woods from Goron City. That's not bad.
That's kind of a nice. It's a nice little spawn, and it just got us to Kiri Forest and Lost Woods and SFM quick, so we will not have trouble getting back.
Yeah, that's a fun spawn. I think that's kind of the ideal spawn you want in Save Quit in there, is something in Lost Woods, Kikiri Forest, because, taking that walk out from Lon Ranch to get to Kikiri Forest is such a trek, and then just having to be able to save warp just saves so much time. And it's the next place you're going to anyway.
Yeah.
Unless you want to do Valley Lake.
And that is a French vanilla minuet.
Okay, so it's not for SFM access. Our TOT path is not for SFM access. Frogs 2 is dead. 20 Skulls is also dead.
Yeah.
Okay, you really are picking up 0 schools today, because now you've got 20 being dead and 30, 40, and 50 are dead. There are probably some runners out there that would not pick up a single school.
Yep.
I mean, we have Cola in chat, and Final Price of Thieves training is Bomb Juice, so GTG Center is dead, and 50 Skulls is still a bottle.
Yeah. And on Mido, there was one big chest in Mido's, and it was fire arrows.
Probably not the thing you want to pick up in Mido's house, but we'll take them.
Yeah. Oh, Frogs 2's dead. Yeah, not a lot of early items so far. Kind of slow start to the seed.
Tells me there's an item in here around somewhere that unlocks the entire thing.
Yep.
And that could either be 10 skulls, that could be, oh, I don't know, a hook shot sitting in valley, something on child fishing. One of the early low sphere checks is going to have, I mean,
Could be River
that's kind of
too. And like,
yeah, also true.
if we
But
have
River
to
is
go
either
there as
bomb or
adults.
scale locked for child.
Yeah, but we could go there and get the open grotto and stuff as an adult.
Fair, but that's only one check that is logically available in River as an adult
Yeah, true.
without hover boots.
It'd be kind of sick if it was the top of DMT on above Dodonga's cavern, and they both kind of. I wouldn't even say skipped it because like you don't go there. Like, it's just you kind of were close to it and left it there. Would be quite funny.
Well, I mean, both runners will certainly try and force their way into River as soon as possible, because if that's actually a bomb bag sitting in the crate in Graveyard, you want that. And you want that soon.
Yep.
Yeah, unless we're going to find anything here in Lost Woods, the next play is Valley Lake. Maybe Open Grosso first, then Valley Lake.
Let's see what the Lost Woods Hintstone has for us.
Nothing.
40 still dead.
And that scrub had nothing.
And Sunsong to warp back to the entrance of Lost Woods.
Yeah, I'm liking Cloudike's using that experience of playing for a long time to recognize that they can use that Sun Song to. They've used it a couple of times now. Been kind of impressive. Also, like you said before, picking up that Richard check using the Sun Song, just recognizing the items and songs that they have and trying to be as efficient as possible is really good.
Yeah. Oh, there's shoes.
There's bomb shoes.
How many?
Never mind.
How many?
We don't care. Never mind. We want to be in River soon, so. I don't see them caring particularly much about how many bomb shoes it is. One will be enough to get that barrier out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might see Logic go out the window here.
I think so.
It's 10 shoes.
Yeah, that's
You have access to Kerplosives. You're gonna use them Kerplosives.
Yep.
Yeah, because the seed might have wanted you to go down like a Valley Lake route and pick up something interesting there. Like somebody said, like a strength or something like that. And if we've just picked up these chews and we're just going to go in to do some explosive locks checks in Goron City and things like that, especially with Lullaby and Sarias, we could do pretty much the entirety of Child Goron City here as well.
Mm-hmm. And also that there was another sometimes hint right there in the grotto. It was River was a small key in water.
Yeah, Water River chest, small key, so probably not gonna see that today.
Oh, there's a mirror shield.
Hello! We'll take those.
That is a stone dungeon that is required.
To note, Cloudike got that out of logic. Cybrou seems to be a bit more wanting to follow logic here and is headed to a Valley Lake play, as you suggested, Chuckles.
Yep. I always love a good Valley Lake.
Yeah, like you said, it stays in logic. You know, we've got another big chest here, so we'll wait for this before I start rambling.
Speaking of out of logic plays, well, a Goron tunic.
I mean, that'll be nice. That'll be nice for fire.
Yeah, I was going to say, sometimes you find that if you go out of logic, then more so in kind of RSL really than in standard, but if you go out of logic, you kind of find yourself in a position where you're in a place where there's not going to be items because it's near the end of the chain of the seed. But if you follow the logic, sometimes you find those bigger, opening items that the seed wants you to find, rather than just finding mirror shields and tunics.
Yeah, that's fair. often it's a balance between how far do you want to stray from the logic and how much do you want to stay to what the randomizer suggested you should do.
Yeah.
LOL. KLO with a good example of why you sometimes don't want to get baited too far out of logic.
Oh no,
that chicken's going!
chicken!
That chicken's going!
Oh no!
And here comes the recoil. That was a good pause buffer. Should be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks good. Yeah.
Very swag, using that pause buffer into good effect, so using the VC skills. And Cloudike's actually done with Child. Didn't head into Goron City. They've got those explosives, and they're going to be heading towards
GTG
something
to
else.
Bongo.
GTG to Bongo. Din's magic hovers. What is it gonna be today? Hook shot.
Arrows. Sorry, not arrows. A bow could also be.
Imagine it being arrows.
Imagine if you had to find your bow and your arrows separately. You don't just need to find your fire arrows, ice arrows, and light arrows. You need to find your normal arrows as well.
Imagine if it's long shot just to get the scarecrow to get across. Is that possible?
that again.
Never thought about that before. I wonder if that's even possible.
Yes, long shot can absolutely be passed to Bongo. That is absolutely the case.
Yeah, if you don't have a bow, yeah.
That just means your first bow is logically Bongo locked.
Yeah.
Disgusting statement if I've ever heard one. DMC to Phantom Ganon.
Wait, was
Okay.
What do we
that
get in DMC?
We found Sun Song there.
Oh.
Yeah.
that was for sure DMC? I can see if it was trail.
Yeah,
or
it was
Twitter.
for sure DMC.
For sure
Yeah, definitely
Trader?
DMC.
Okay. All right.
So we've got two more checks there, but we haven't seen, which is just presenting the letter casually. That's the GameCube controller D-pad for you. So it could be Crater Fairy, or it could be the Grotto. Otherwise, it's Sun Song.
Could very well be that one check.
Yeah, I mean, you have to present the letter from the princess at some points, right? You're kind of a big deal.
Yep. And will fishing give us anything good today besides a tasty dinner?
Big ol' lunker.
I quite often present my "What the hell's happened" autograph everywhere. So, like, not surprising if you had one for Princess Zelda, I'd be flashing that all over the place.
And that was a very clean fishing, very quick.
Okay, Cybrou with a bit more information by checking these hints, and Cloudike has decided that he's going to go into Stone DC with those chews. So
Interesting.
he's going to be confident with his, ability to use these chews. He may just be like in this position of, you know what, I'm going to use these 10 chews. I'm just going to use them aggressively, rather than save scumming them and trying to be cute with them.
Yeah, no, this is an aggressive play. Really breaking logic heavy here, and we'll see if it pays off.
Yeah, kind of logical checks that we've got left are both the open grottos in River and Field, but thinking about it, like Dancing Dad is actually logical as well with Zelda and Saria, so maybe that's our logic.
That is
Also
true.
possible. But first, more heart containers.
Also, I did not know you could peek that lobby chest in DC either. I know that was a couple moments ago now, but I did not know that you were able to peek that.
Yeah, the walls are thin in this game.
Yeah.
The
One
old chickens
pixel
hard,
wide.
so.
Dive dead.
Yeah, now Cybrou playing prelude here. Let's see if they're going to get in or out. They're going out.
It's the play.
Check
How we-
Richard, and yeah, probably gonna check Richard.
That GTG to Bongo hint, we actually can't do anything at the moment with it, logically or out of logic, without Requiem or Epona. So for that, we're going to have to shelve that for now. But maybe the DMC to PG, maybe you just push that Sun Song. Like, you're going to have to walk there, but we're really running out of stuff that's logical.
And you do have Sun Song, so it's if you're going to Graveyard, for example, if you're Cybrou and going to Graveyard right now, you have at least 2 checks available to you. That's Downpay and that's Sun Song Grave. One is Fear 0, so always liable to have something. The other is big chest at the end of the bridge. Womp womp. Neighbors love.
Immediate, just quit.
Yeah, give me those shoes back, says Cloudike.
Yeah.
If you're Cybrou headed for CAC, turning into Knight here before you walk in and getting Dumpy out of the way, probably not the worst idea.
Yeah, just kind of get Child done. I mean, Cybrou decided not to do Child Goron City, but outside of that, this is going to be completely the accessible part of Child completed.
Yep. And they will also be able to check that Sun Song grave and see if the Sun Song is the path.
Since we have a hint for 10 skulls, for 20 skulls, this is 5 skulls you can get pretty easily right here in Night CAC. So you can be done or halfway done with those as well.
And
that's 4. Okay, Cybrou is at 4 now, so we'll need at least 1 more skull.
Hey, it's a 30-minute time save.
Hey.
Yeah, Cloudike has seen 4 big chests and has found a shield, a t-shirt, a condom, and a schlong. Like, of 4 items to find, not found the most exciting items.
To quote Austin Powers, "Oh, behave!"
And Cybrou using one of his valuable chews to get this skull.
Yeah, Cloudike doesn't know about the DMC path yet because it's in the lake. So probably just thinking, not bothering to walk back there.
I am being accused of having a thick German accent. And that is patently false. I can absolutely turn up that German accent to 11 if you prefer that, KLO. And buggies.
Yeah, the open grotto and river did not have...
Dancing Dad isn't it? Because that just was hinted as a Hylian shield.
Well, we're running out of logical checks here. I don't know. Like, it has to be like Dampe or something at this point.
We will see in a second. And Burning Cactus Vanilla Nocturne.
Woof.
Okay. Well, we need to do Jabu, Fire, and Deku then to beat this game.
For sure.
Yeah, it just
And
likely
River
means that we're
has
just going to have to go mode Shadow at the end, which is just boring.
Yeah.
Yep. And Cybrou went and got some bugs, it looked like.
Yeah, went and got some bugs, did a gold Skulltula token here. So, pretty sure he just wants to be done with Skulltulas altogether and is going to get another Skulltula up Death Mountain for number 10.
Yeah.
Speaking of, here's the Sunsong Grave check. Let's see.
Alright. Is this it?
Oh,
Is
it could be.
Is this what finally opens up the seed? It very well is.
Yes, it is. To
It
hell
is.
with that bomb bag in the graveyard crate. We have a bomb bag. It's time to get started with this seed. What do we do with those bombs now, Chuckles?
Go check bowling first, Cybrou, please.
Oh, good point.
Okay,
Wow,
he
would this guy
remembered.
listen to you?
He seems to have listened.
Before.
Oh my god, that's two big ones in the maze. Hammer. GTG still to Bongo. And Rudo's letter. Good grief.
We could, like, use that one to just hop over if it wasn't Hammer, but... it's just a small chest.
Yeah, this is
At that point,
kind
we can
of
pick it up anyway.
kind of crazy. Just 30 seconds there after 20 minutes
Oh.
of nothing.
Kyrie, Cybrou did indeed listen to you.
Yeah, I know, it's awesome.
What do you do with such power?
I don't know, I'm shaking.
Go get me pizza.
And there's a wallet, he is gonna go for it.
It took him a moment to decide that, but yes.
There is
And a
another
bottle.
on Link the Rolling Goron.
Yeah, if I was Cybrou now, I'd probably be heading myself into DC. It's a nice, safe bet to go to. We've got Storms on AD.
Yeah, and
So
that
it's
locks.
nice to head towards it.
Yeah, and Storms locks an entire minor dungeon, so...
Yeah, yeah. So probably a good bet to go down.
And Cloudike is going to check some of the crater checks, which I don't think he's gotten his crater hint yet.
No, the only one we've seen for those is like he did just get the bongo hint though, but like we've said, no access logically or illogically.
Double
And
defense from the Crater Fairy.
Yep, and there's double D's.
He's with the hammer now. He's got one shoe left, so hammer is fire is a dubious decision, but does have the tunic if he so wished.
Oh,
He would need to go around the loop to see if there are keys there. He could potentially scum the chew in the lower side as well.
Yep.
So with
that's
hammer
true.
and bombs, fire is basically there for the taking, right?
Yeah.
Well,
unless
at least
it's bow
until
locked.
the lower maze.
Yeah, unless it's bow locked or Pierre locked.
Yeah, fire is
Which is-
progression. He's done the whole of river. Like it's precarious kind of situation, not knowing where not having the hint for that bomb bag.
Yeah. And yeah, I think Cybrou's gonna go and clear out DC. Maybe check some of the Hyrule field checks. Not sure.
Yeah, Cybrou's gonna have a nicer route because hopefully by the time he's done DC, he'll have the hammer and the bomb bag, so it'll make fire a nicer time in general.
Yeah. I don't think Cloudike goes back to Graveyard and gets that bomb bag until he finds the hint, to be honest.
Yeah, Cloudike's options are limited. Like
true.
Cloudike has those child checks outstanding that are like chickens and Dampe and the ones that Cybrou just cleared a minute ago.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's already gone out of logic so much, he might just wing it and continue not to follow logic.
I'll tell you what's going to be really funny though, that Cloudike's got one chew, and that is the only way he's going to be able to hit the crystal switch in that block push room after climbing the elevator, because he's got no other ranged projectile.
He cannot take that shoe to there though, because he needs that one shoe to open up the bombable wall in in the lava room.
He can scum it and hope it's an item.
I mean, that's a kind of shitty proposition.
Exactly. That's just why I was like, with one shoe, this fireplace, like, but it's the best thing to do. Like, it honestly is. It's progression. You never know what you're gonna find in here. Like, it's
and if you've already set to heck with
play.
logic,
yeah.
And yeah.
It's not bad, but it feels bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cybrou's gonna pick up the mirror shield here. Is that right?
He made the decision to go out of logic, and he's living by that decision. He's not going back on it now. But also another thing is, as soon as he finds that bomb bag, everything he's done is back in logic.
Yeah, Cloudike hasn't got Pierre abilities either, so if he had to climb, he might be skipping Pierre too.
Yep.
Another small key in the boss key chest, so could just be 2 items in Big Lava Room for once.
Yeah, possible.
Cloudike isn't liking his chances, it seems. He is going back child.
Well, the thing
Which I
is,
dig.
you wouldn't even be able to get past that block push room without strength.
There's a glitchless jump you can do. Any
Right.
kissing jumpers in chat.
I always forget about that glitchless jump. Yeah, that is a thing. You are correct.
But
you wouldn't have any way to operate the switch, basically, and make it up there in time. Oh.
Gotta be a very well-timed bomb chew. But at that point...
I can understand Cloudike wanting to save that last bomb chew for what we had originally intended or said that we would save it for, namely getting into river, buying those beans to get the bomb back off of Graveyard Crate, which you know is there and which you know you need.
Yeah, I've completely forgotten about that bomb bag, actually.
Yep. And I think that Cybrou is going to get his hammer here pretty quick and letter. And also at the same time, Ice is in logic.
Yeah, could get Ice. And actually, the songs that we're going to find in Ice are pretty good songs. You're probably going to find some form of, either Eponas or Requiem for Spirit and Desert Access.
Yeah, the only
really bad song would just be Serenade. So
yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
There's that last chew used.
Serenade is not a terrible song. I think Serenade's underrated as a song.
It's good for movement, but at this point, I think you would prefer it to be Eponas to get over to GTG, or something that allows you to just progress. Because Requiem or Eponas would allow us to get to GTG either logically or illogically by reversing.
Yeah, your preference would definitely be one of those desert songs. But I think sometimes you got to think when you're doing Ice, like, oh, what songs could I pick up, and that can influence it. If you're just gonna likely pick up some really bad, pointless songs, then there's it reduces the likelihood of you going. But especially for Cloudike, who's not done Childlike, like Serenade is quite advantageous.
Yep, and I think that was
here's Skulltula number 10 for Cybrou. Yep.
So we'll be seeing that pretty quick here.
Cybrou's giving some time back here to Cloudike. Heading into Stone DC, which we have already established has nothing up until King Dodongo.
Yep, but Cloudike continuing to break logic pretty heavily, going to Domain, using that last shoe.
Ice Cavern to Volvagia. Well, now you no longer decide whether you want to go Ice Cavern or not. Just go to Ice Cavern, forehead.
Yep. What could that be? That could be a bow. That could be a hook shot.
Basically that.
Yeah.
Be a strength.
So it's... Oh, it could be a strength, yeah.
Could also be hover boots.
Yeah,
Ooh.
could be hover boots.
I think that's
Yeah.
about it, though.
Basically, you want that. In almost all circumstances, you want that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Cloudike, because he was in DC and wasn't scumming the chews in here, then he didn't have an opportunity to check that hint. But he did actually eventually scum all the chews back, so I don't know, it's an interesting decision not checking
Interesting.
that hint stone.
Yeah, interesting that he skipped that hint.
The problem with being on VC, if you're an emulator, you can actually scum DC quite well. You can scum it in a couple of places to almost like segment when you use your chews, but just on VC, you're just losing time away.
Yeah. And we'll see some couple new checks here and domain, and curious to see what Cloudike does after this. Possibly just rushes ice, maybe. It's a big
Yeah, we
chest
haven't got a
domain.
Pierre dead hint yet. Oh, Cloudike just read it. Okay.
Then. So that must have been on Zora's domain then.
Mm-hmm.
And hook shot.
Oh, hi! Well,
And there's
we
a-
take those.
And there's another big chest. And another bomb bag out of logic, but
What the? Why is it out of logic? We have Lullaby. Oh yeah, right. No way to get
can't
into
get
River.
to domain.
Well, heck, logic then.
That was a really good domain dip then. Like hands in the letter,
Yeah.
picked up the hook, picked up the... We know where all the bomb bags are. We've got all bomb bags accounted for.
Wait, we do?
Yep. Yeah,
Where's the
Sunsong
third
Grave,
one?
Graveyard Crate, and Zora's Domain Torches.
Oh, right. Right. Okay. So, Cloudike is probably thinking that it was a bomb bag somewhere in some low sphere check that he just didn't get, and that his logic is opened up now.
Yeah, has to.
Like, I feel like that's the assumption right now. And
I mean, your assumption is going to be it's either a scale or a bomb bag that'll get you access, logical access here, and at that point you just don't care. There's 2 scales, there's 3 bomb bags in the game. It's
Yep.
fine.
And straight back into fire.
Yeah, heading back into the progression dungeon here.
Hopefully it is not bow locked. That's the only problem we could run into at this point. Or if it's
Yeah.
Pierre locked.
Yeah, feeling pretty grim if it would be bow. Like, you're probably kind of pumping for a big chest with a boss key in it, or just a load of small keys here.
And there's another small key, I think. Yep. And yeah, we're about to have our first dungeon completed here.
Natherian advocating for free scarecrow. I was a free scarecrow enjoyer once. Then I took an arrow to the knee. I learned that free scarecrow makes the Valley Lake play a lot less viable, a lot less useful.
Yeah.
In my opinion, at least. So for the sake of routing variety, I'm actually no longer in favor of free scarecrow.
Yeah, routing variety and just like making it a little bit more competitive and like making it so if you want that scarecrow song, you gotta make a gamble on taking the time to hike all the way to Child Lake and whatnot.
What if you you put on free scarecrow, but you turn on those 3 scrubs in Lake,
Oh,
but you
hey.
only turn on those 3 scrubs. Like, you don't put on any more scrubs.
Yeah.
I mean, also an option. Cybrou got the got Ferrari's wind from King Dodongo
Yeah.
there.
Oh, nice.
You will definitely take that this early on. That is nice to have.
Yup.
I like trying to do a glitchless jump here with a strat I've not seen before, and could just ground jump.
Yeah. Maybe trying to save some of those bombs. I don't know. Has plenty though.
I think
Yeah,
he's
you
having
don't
trouble with the 90-degree turn.
And 10 out of strength. Okay.
There we go.
That
Okay.
is big. That is huge.
So with that
So yes,
hook in domain,
basically all the Sphere Zero checks that were mentioned in chat that we had left over, yes, those all had progression items. Sunsong Grave, 10, or well, not Sphere Zero, but low sphere checks.
And there's an
10
early
skulls.
beaker.
Dante had nothing, but we are indeed not bowlocked in Fire Temple.
Not
Small
yet,
key up
anyway.
there. We are bowlocked now, I think.
No, we
I
have.
think we got
There's
one more check, yeah.
check. And we have
Alright.
2 actually, because we have the ball. No, we don't, because I mean, we could get it out of logic, but
Yeah, imagine if this was the bow, that'd be sick.
the thing is,
That'd be hilarious.
This boulder maze is out of logic without strength, so it's already out of logic.
Oh yeah, you're not wrong. Okay,
Yo, this is a key,
not bowlocked.
Do we go deeper in, or?
Good
I
question.
think so. I think so.
You can hit the shortcut now, so you may as well keep going around until the shortcut, I think.
I didn't.
The decision
If you
to
had-
go to complete it in full, I guess knowing that Pierre's dead, there's a possibility that you could decide to clear the entirety of the Fire Temple. Now that would be a interesting decision to make.
That would be a gamble, but it's not a bad one. If you're Cloudike, you don't know that King Dodongo has your Ferrari's win, so no reason to suspect that you might have an easy way to get back into Fire Temple quickly.
But the thing is, we still have no idea where our magic is, so that Furor's Wind is useful for the time being.
Also true.
And there's another key on that Goron. I'm assuming that Cloudike peeked it beforehand.
He did.
Oh, this was a small key up here, so making the judgment to come and collect the key at least. Oh, having that full
that jump didn't go
would-be
as intended.
tilting.
And did not indeed actually open the shortcut first.
Yeah, this game's camera is ass at times.
I'm not sure if he was
I mean-
planning on opening the shortcut, though. I feel like he would have dropped a bomb on it first.
I think he peaked it as not having anything. I think it was a junk item.
He
So
might
might
get-
just immediately be headed to... Yeah, he's headed to Compass Chest.
Did he check bow chest? He must have. He must
Must have peaked it.
Yeah, I didn't see if it was a key or an item. So at the moment, I don't really know how many items are left, and we haven't done Volvagia anyway, so it'd be difficult to guess. But there is actually a big chest here.
Okay. And
Is
that
it important?
pays off. That
Oh,
pays
good
off.
grief.
That pays off.
That's a big
lot.
payout. Wow.
Wow.
So
Okay.
that is our entire forest kit available.
Yeah.
This was a decision to climb, and that
off.
is a big item there. Especially, doesn't have the strength yet. But where was the strength again? The strength was on 10 skulls.
10. So what's the path of Ovagia then?
Hover boots, likely.
Oh, yeah, I think it's the hover boots. There's probably a key on Vavagia that's blocking your key access here.
Oh, right. Yeah, probably. That does make a lot of sense.
Also, this bow is no wait, it's not logically bow locked. Huh.
No, it is not.
Strength is on 10 skulls. So I'm assuming Cloudite will pick that up eventually. Maybe could decide to head to Forest next. You've got Minuet, so it's not like trekking there's going to be any loss of time.
Mm-hmm. And then
Hope
he'd
to
be
find
able
the strength
to...
in there.
Cloudike would be able to get his last couple of goals in Forest as well. So for that 10, pretty quickly as well. So
So Cybrou Climber Fire doesn't have the hint yet that Pierre is dead. So we'll be a little bit concerned about what might be on Pierre, but we know that he'll be absolutely fine.
there's not a big chest there.
Yeah, if Cybrou decides to not climb and doesn't pick up that bow, and that is the only bow available, then Cybrou could be in a very sticky position.
Yeah. Did we... So we saw... I'm not sure how many keys we saw, but can we denote if Pierre is a key or an item?
I think the hint said it was dead.
We had we had a hint that it was dead.
Oh, we
Yeah.
did get a Pierre hint. Okay, I was not paying attention.
Yeah, I didn't peek to see whether the map chest was a key or not, and I didn't see the basement chest either. So actually, I'm not entirely sure on the key counts at the moment.
I mean, regardless, we're fine.
In reality, yeah. In reality, for Cloudike, it doesn't matter
Yeah.
because he's cleared it all and know that it's all done now.
Oh, poor Cybrou getting
Again.
smacked.
Camera, the worst enemy in the game.
I mean, the camera in this game has one thing going for it. It is not the Super Mario 64 camera.
You know what? And I knew you were going to say that, Tobias, and I 100% agree. That game is actually unplayable because of its camera.
Yeah,
It
I
is.
agree.
With the benefit of hindsight, 100%. Oh my gosh! Don't get me started.
Worst level in any Mario game.
every SM64 runner that is potentially here just hates us now.
No, I mean they agree.
Yeah,
I haven't
sure.
seen one SM64 runner in this in the community who says the camera is any good in this game.
I haven't
Like
seen
the camera
one...
is a standout feature from Super Mario 64. Are you kidding me?
Oh
Yeah.
no, Cloudike!
Oh no, Cloudike,
Cloudike,
please!
Well,
And
that
no
gives
safety
some...
fairies either.
Well, that gives
Give
some
some time back to
to
Cybrou here.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Give
wow.
the brain cell back, please.
Vavagia hits hard.
Oh, wow.
This dragon hits like a freaking freight train, and it's not ashamed about it.
It was looking like a okay fight as well. He didn't get the one cycle, unfortunately, but he was close to killing him.
Final thought on Super Mario 64 is that Super Mario Sunshine's the best 3D Mario platformer, and that's all we need to say. No more needs to be said.
That is
Wow, that's a statement.
that and Odyssey are the only two games I haven't played out of the 3D ones.
Oh, Odyssey, you need to play.
I know.
Oh, look at chat agreeing with me. Come on, let's go.
I know, Tobias. I've heard that Odyssey is amazing. But yeah,
Odyssey's
so,
pretty good.
But yeah, so we need to go to ice to get our hovers likely, which is required for Shadow, so we're gonna be heading there anyway.
Yeah, but at this point you can do it at your leisure, basically. You know what's in there.
Yeah.
You know you're most likely not getting your Nocturne there.
Yeah.
But it's just for hovers, so... Actually, what am I talking about? Never mind.
And here's
I was
the moment...
pathually confused. Now, it's going to be a decision for Cybrou to see if he continues after finding the boss key here.
And it looks like he is.
Sorry, I'm here. I'm just chilling in chat at the moment. I'm just making sure chat's entertained.
He's not wrong. He's really good at that Cybrou game. I am a first-hand witness.
It was like 8 games in a row. What can I say? I'm just good at being quick with my fingers. That's all.
Yep.
Okay, Cloudike. I'm gonna be. I will lose a finger if he doesn't play Minuet here. Fuck! I lose a finger.
Well, slightly handicapped for the Cybrou game in the future.
It's just like Banshees of Inishira. I'm just gonna chuck a window at somebody's house.
So here's the thing. It looked like Cybrou did bomb the shortcut, so he might not go deeper into fire, which means he will not get his bow.
That would be a huge advantage for Cloudike, obviously.
Yep.
Because I think this bow is fully logical. This could be the bow the game expects you to get your Forest Temple kit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got to keep an eye on Cybrou here because Cybrou going to have the decision. He set the explosion and coming down into the shortcut, which may indicate that he's going to flee at this point. Absolutely.
TJ it looks like he is indeed out of here. TJ is in chat, pretending like he still doesn't owe us a Dungeons and Dragons session. Like.
Yet another thing on my bucket list of things to try.
Can recommend it. It's fun.
One of my ex-co-workers was really into it, and whenever me and him would be working together, he'd always talk about his D&D sessions.
I think one of the big things we've got to keep an eye on now is Cybrou going to find another bow? Like, we know there's 2 other bows out there. You know, we don't know whether a bow is going to be Waff. We don't know if they're going to be other Bowlock bows, but if Cybrou doesn't find a bow, honestly, going back into fire might be quite low down on his lists, especially if he goes into somewhere like ice, finds a Requiem or a Ponas, and then gets waylaid into the desert.
Yeah, this could be bad. Bad for Cybrou if he doesn't find a bow.
This reminds me of, I think it was Gogeta versus Spike in Challenge Cup in Season 4. And, Gogeta did the whole of DC and Spike didn't, and Gogeta found a bow. And... oh, maybe it's another bow. I can't remember. But then Spike didn't have a bow the entire seed and found one at the top of the Spirit Temple about 2.5 hours in.
Oh, wow. And also, Cloudike getting that first logical bomb bag.
And realizing that all his logic woes have now been resolved. So where's he
Yeah.
headed next?
Yeah. Doesn't have 10 skulls, so he can't get his strength. If he did get his strength, he would have went straight to Forest, but...
He might be collecting Tirimo skulls pretty quickly here, though. He's
Trying
a
to
hammer, he has a
think-
hook shot, there's one skull directly outside.
Oh, yep.
Yeah,
Ice.
Ventino, I think that was the race.
I think
And
this is
oh
an
my gosh,
ice-
was it
This is an
tragic.
ice play. This is an ice play, I think.
Not bad.
I'm fairly certain this is an ice play. I don't see what
And
else
that'll
it
also
could be.
get him to that'll also get him to 10 skulls. Pretty handily.
Yep. But like,
Yeah, Cloudike's already been here as a adult as well, so there's only one reason why you'd be coming up here, and it's not
Yeah.
just a Kings or a Frozen.
yeah, no, I don't see what this play could be besides.
He did hand in Rudo's letter, so yeah, it's absolutely reasonable to go for Ice Cavern here. Get that song, get the hover boots that are likely in there, or something that leads to hover boots in the end.
Where was Hookshot again?
It was
In
on
Domain.
Zora's Domain diving.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
Which might be where Cybrou's going now. We'll see shortly here.
Good chance of that, yeah.
Cybrou knows that. So Cybrou's the only one that knows Ice's path because it's in DC. That hint. So
Yeah.
he's going to be keen to hand in the letter, do the domain checks, get that hook shot, and Cloudike's heading into Ice, unknowing to him that the Ice's path. But I think just the pull of this at the moment for all the options is kind of strong. But I'm surprised he didn't do the start of Forest first, and because you could find a strength in there. It's a progression dungeon. You could find any item in there that might lead to something interesting, like a boomerang. Could find a boomerang in there.
I'm still. This seed is honestly so far pretty straightforward. Once you find your bomb bag, it really opens up.
Yeah, the only kind of thing is that Cloudike doesn't have a way to get via Lost Woods to River. Doesn't have scale. Doesn't have the iron boots. Maybe that was playing on his mind a little bit.
And it looked like a domain play, but he turned around. Oh, Boulder Destiny.
So let's see what this Fountain Fairy has.
Boulder
Boulder of Destiny
big-
has a big item as always. Darunia's Dance,
Oh!
Hylian Shield, and
Oh!
Banana.
That's Jabu! That's Jabu! He can do Jabu!
He can. That's another Medallion dungeon right there.
Wow. Okay, well,
Well,
There's
plans
a-
have now changed.
there is
Down the river we go.
There's a slight advantage for Cybrou now. Still
I
not
think-
having bow, but
Thing is, Boulder of Destiny is a check you run into, whereas the bow at the top of Fire Temple, that's a
It's-
choice.
yeah,
That's-
that's something that he does not go back to for a while.
Exactly. So if that is the only available bow, Cybrou is still at a big disadvantage, whereas
Yeah.
Cloudike will most likely run into Boulder of Destiny when he comes next near Hyrule. When he near... Let me try that sentence again. When he next comes near Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, a couple of things that Cybrou is going to be able to do all of this in one trip. Cloudike without Serenade and without a scale probably is going to need to climb up river for the fourth time this seed. Fourth time? Yeah, fourth time to head into Jabu when he does get that boomerang. And another thing as well is Kayla has mentioned it in chat is Jabu is forest med for that Goma hint, which is going to be something towards the Kikiri sword and could be the Kikiri sword itself.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, if it's a Kokiri sword itself, you're not getting it with that forest medallion, but then you will know
Yeah.
that there's an item in there that locks Kokiri sword. Logically,
Yeah.
completely locks Kokiri sword. So
The only way that it could be Kikiri sword or Kikiri sword on LA or light arrow cutscenes is for sure required is if it is Serenade on Prelude check. Because it's Vanilla Nocturne, and Storms is on OOT. So it's either Epona's Requiem or Serenade.
You know, I've definitely seen that rang being like I've seen that like sequence of events before, like walking out of market as child, go into Hands in the Letter, and find the rang in that Boulder of Destiny before.
Actually, I just realized because of chat pointed out, Light Arrow cutscene is locked behind Deku, so it has to be the Prelude song.
Yeah,
That's locked behind Deku, how?
Because the Deku is on the blue medallion.
And Vanilla.
Yes,
And Shadows.
and meets Shadow and Spirit medallions?
But Nocturne is on Burning Cack.
You got a point.
So it's...
Alright, it is the song. Interesting.
Wait, is that a bow? In ice?
Ooh, let's have a look.
I'm
on one of the freestandom items? Oh, if that is a bow, then that is Cybrou gonna have an opportunity to really pull ahead in this race potentially.
That's another big chest in the...
chest. Oh my god.
I mean, that's probably your path to Volvagia. That'll be your hover boots.
Magic.
Or not? Well,
I'm
but
like...
yet, that is definitely a bow on the Ice Heart piece.
Okay, well this could be good for Cybrou, because I feel like...
That is big bailout for Cybrou here.
I mean, I would not use the term bailed there. There are 3 bows in the game, and that's just another place that the bow is. So, yeah, I think we overuse the term being bailed, and that's just convenient.
I mean, we also overuse the term casino, but be that as it may, I would say if that had been the only available bow, the other bows were somehow bow locked, or if the one in fire had been the only available bow that way, that would have been a bailout. But you are, of course, right. There are 3 bows. You will find another one, most likely.
Yeah, if you got one out of logic, then that would fit into that category more, but that is just an available logical bow.
Flawless glitchless jump here from Cloudike.
Yep, looking nice.
Like you, Chuckles, he must have at some point gotten tired of pushing the block.
Yeah. Yeah, when you play so much ice percent, you have to eventually learn to move away from pushing the block, but...
I need to learn these glitchless jumps, like, desperately.
I mean, I've always been one to say that unless you can do them all first try, then, you know, continue ground jumping and continue pushing the block. You can easily waste, you know, up to a minute trying doing one jump.
Yeah, that is very true.
There's Cybrou's second bomb back. And a small chest in Ice Cavern, so it's either the magic, our path item, or it is horse, Epona.
Also, 8 minutes late, but happy 1 hour, guys.
Indeed. Happy 1 hour.
We've been having way too much fun.
Yeah, no.
Thanks to everyone who is making this restream possible. Follow our runners. Cloudike and Cybrou live here on Twitch. See the links to their Twitch profiles right here in chat. Thank you also to our trackers, Shy, Bronze Noob, and KLO, for keeping us informed and keeping us up to date on what the hell is actually happening in this seed. Thank you to our restreamer Hell Knight, our race monitor Gutrun, and finally thank you to my wonderful co-commentators Chuckles and Kyrie.
It has been a pleasure, Tobias.
Thanks, Tobias. Thank you for you as well.
Yeah.
And the restream's also in French.
Yep, also a good reminder, this restream is also available in French on Papy Grand's channel.
But yeah.
Okay, let's think about opponents. What's opponents? Because we didn't pick up hovers, but maybe the horse is the access to GTG that gets us the hovers.
Yep. Which is
It
good
may also
because
indicate that the long shot's there as well.
GTG is path. Cloudike only having 9 skulls.
Oh, GTG is Path to Bongo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
think we're-
GTG is going to give us our hovers.
I think we are still missing one path hint as well, right? I wonder if it's just gonna be
That is correct.
I wonder if it's gonna be a field to Baronade or a city to Baronade.
Yeah,
Also-
unfortunately for Cybrou, it's just going to be a Baronade hint, and he's already got all the tools for that, so pretty useless for him. But for Cloudike, it might be a bit more poggers if you do pick up, you're right, like a field to Baronade.
Yeah. And Big Poe.
One of those checks that's easily forgotten, but I still think Cloudike is headed for GTG next with that Epona song and the equipment that he has. Obviously, he has resigned himself to not be able to push the strength 2 block, but oh well.
Yep. I'm gonna dip out for just a second to fill up my water bottle. I will be back in just a moment.
Yeah, we're talking about, well, I was just saying, be good for Cloudike to pick a field to Baronade, but he's right next to the grotto that has the the boomerang. So he may be thinking about going to GTG, but if he turns right,
Cloudike,
he is.
turn right, he is. And there we go.
And so he might be deciding not to go to GTG and then head there. So
That's quite possible.
just having Prelude makes it really easy to change ages. So picking up an item like that, knowing that you've got a progression dungeon to do, just
Yeah,
easy to
sure.
put in
If you
Prelude
have-
and age change him.
If you have progression to do progression. That's like rule number 1 of Zooter.
Mhm.
Oh, and it might even pay out even more. What's that big chest Cybrou found? A slingshot. Okay, now we do know that whatever is a path to Goma in Temple of Time is actually leading us to the Kokiri sword.
That's fair. That's a good point. Yeah, might have been leading to a stray slingshot, but with that picked up, we don't need to worry about that.
Alrighty. Did I miss anything interesting?
We found a slingshot, so we now know that whatever's path to Goma in Temple of Time is actually leading us to that Kokiri sword. Other than that, though,
Awesome. Cool.
Cloudike absolutely murdering that puppy.
The poor dog.
We do not stand for animal cruelty here at the Silver Gauntlets.
Orc.
Bork, you say? Bork, I answer.
So, I believe it has to be Requiem on Prelude check. Because Serenade doesn't open up anything, so it can't be path to Deku or Goma.
So here comes Cloudike and the fourth trip up Zora's River. I'd even like going up Zora's River one more time than is necessary can lose you a race, but coming up here this many amount of times, one just gets boring and two gets very frustrating.
Yeah.
Yep.
Feels like I've done this a million times.
Cloudike's still not getting that strength on 10. A little. Not really concerning as he's only one away, but definitely something he does soon, hopefully.
Oh, not quite getting the chicken right into domain.
Nope. Not today.
No matter, we have Zelda's Lullaby.
Yeah, doing that from the right-hand side is so much more of a tighter angle, but it is quicker if you do get it.
Oh, the worst is when you don't have ZL and you mess it up and the chicken goes away. KLO pointing out that the right side is always the worst in Ocarina of Time. Right side chicken, right side GTG maze, right side spirit hand.
Right side treasure chest game, all left.
Hey, I'm a right, left, right kind of guy.
Man switches it up. I see. Anyway, Cybrou with a box skip here. How flawless is it? It's pulse buffered and it works. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it looked pretty good, didn't it, actually? I thought.
Yeah.
That looks good. Oh no!
Come on!
And at this
Game's
point, he's losing time.
And this is why box skip.
There you go.
Yep. So box skip saves you time the first time round, is about equal on time the second attempt, and third time onwards you lose time. So if you feel like going for that trick, you better feel like you can do it well.
Yep.
And sometimes the game will just tell you that the trick isn't coming out to play today anyway. Problem is, at that point you're committed.
Yep. Very, very true.
You jump past that platform, you no longer have the option to not do box skip.
So we've seen quite a wacky, divergent first hour or so. And now the runners are slowly converging again. They've got slightly different items. I guess the only thing that's really significant is the strength that Cybrou has over Cloudike, and that is just on 10 schools, and Cloudike's on 9 anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to pick up another skull when he jumps back down with Princess Ruto.
And then the bow.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the bow.
yeah. is something that Cloudike has over Cybrou, but Cybrou will likely pick that up when he goes Ice Cavern, which I can't imagine is too far away.
Yep.
Oh, the lens, nice.
Oh,
nice item.
so that's another advantage that Cloudike will have over Cybrou here. Easier time routing in treasure chest minigame before he goes adult next.
Yeah. So, folks, start thinking about your treasure chest game guesses.
Yeah.
Try and be one of the lucky ones who are in the 1 in 32 club. I know I am.
Yeah, Alfalfa. Yeah, we've got a what's turned out to be quite a tight race. Like I said, we've had quite a big divergence between both the runners. Cybrou got bombs. What we think is don't know about the second bomb bag, but one of the bomb bags is definitely earlier in spheres than in the Sun's Grave. That was hinted path to Phantom Ganon, and then Cloudike was able to get another one in Domain. That's currently bomb or scale locked. But then other than that, yeah, they've kind of both been here and there. They both kind of dipped their toes into DC. They're both in the Fire Temple. Cloudike did all of the Fire Temple and got a bow, but there is just another bow chilling in the Ice Cavern that Cybrou's going to get. And Cybrou knows that Ice is path to Evolve. I mean, we've done the whole of Fire, but we're still missing the Hover Boots for this Shadow Temple as well. So we think that the path is heading towards that.
And Shay, I love that idea. I really love that idea of having a Plando like goes on Lens game, but you're forced to do 1 in 32.
It's about 200 rupees because I think one run of Lens game costs 10 rupees, right?
Yep.
So 200 rupees for a 50% chance of having a lucky 1 in 32 guess.
Yep.
The Cybrou just picked up Requiem from the Prelude song, and one of the other things that we know is that Temple of Time is path to Goma, and it's got to be for the song based on where the songs are and things like that. So Requiem is path to Goma. Child Spirit, like, I'm actually thinking, what if it's AD logic now?
Ugh.
AD
And Requiem gives
Storms.
us another song. Requiem could also be for access. No, wait. We have Lens of Truth. We have a way to get across the chasm. We don't have hover boots yet, but those are most potentially in GTG. So I'm thinking most likely your Requiem can't be just for access to Colossus to get the Kokiri sword there, unless it's on the archway right here.
Yeah, I thought there was potentially, it might have been a blue rupee, but it could have been a scale, I thought, potentially. But Cybrou didn't get a second chance of looking at that for me.
I did not have a chance to see that.
It looks like we're gonna see a child side climb potentially.
Yeah, let's keep an eye out on spirit keys and try and see if we can deduce much of the logic. So if Requiem's going to be path, then potentially we have ways to cross. Then, yeah, let's check out what keys there are to see how deep in spirit the logic is breaking us.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, if you're Cybrou right now, you're really just hoping that the Kokiri sword is just chilling in lower child spirit. And there's a big chest. Let's go. Come on.
Yay.
Cybrou's praying, hoping that this is the Kokiri sword. And is this a key here? Are we going to be this? I think that is a key.
Oh no.
Oh,
Having a terrible time.
Correct.
Oh.
Getting stopped by that
Okay.
bubble.
Alright, he made it and took minimal damage. We're good.
So Spirit is logically child locked.
So we can climb.
How's it logically child locked?
Because there's a key on child side.
Does that if there's a key on child side, is it always automatically child locked?
It's a little bit more convoluted than that. It depends what's on the lower adult side.
Yeah,
But we know that's key.
Oh, you have-
We know that's key 1.
You have a point there, but it would need to be 2 keys at this point on lower adult. And that's Din's fire.
Alrighty.
So that's not a Kokiri sword.
Yeah, that's.
Is this just all paths converging on Shadow Temple here? Because
Yeah,
three of them might be.
It's a worrying time for the Shadow Temple potentially somehow hoarding. Well, Din's Shadow is okay. We worked this out before. So Nocturne is on Burning Cack, so we need to be able to beat Deku to get into Shadow. So the Dins can't lock anything. The Dins can't lock the Kokiri sword in Shadow.
Yeah.
You're right. But given that I have the short-term memory of a goldfish, I already forgot that.
Yeah,
Thanks for
this
the
is
reminder.
this is the thing. Like keeping track of these things, both running and commentating, is definitely difficult.
Yep.
For sure.
Okay, Child Upper having no keys is interesting. Now let's keep an eye on whether there's a key on. Wow, I didn't know you can hop over that Armos like that. That was some gymnastics there that Cybrou did. Well done. Let's see whether these fire lock checks in Spirit has any keys.
And yeah, I haven't seen people jump over the Armos there, but I've definitely seen it done from the lower part of it to get up.
Yeah, I've seen that before, but I didn't think that. Yeah, doing it from the other side, I've not seen somebody accidentally do that before. That's really interesting.
Nothing on the torch chest.
Okay.
Are we gonna continue to climb? Looks like it. Yeah, see, we just saw it there.
Did we peek the hand from the lower side, or is that one of the ones that was hinted? No.
I don't think it was hinted. Child side's right hand, right?
Yes.
Yes.
What did Video James say? So it's this. I've got to remember this now.
I have no idea what you're getting at, but
I know one of them, and
yeah.
I've forgotten the other one. Let me get in my mind palace. Hold on, you speak for a minute.
Let's see what your mind palace. Okay then. Let's see what we have two more checks here in Spirit Temple that could be useful. We have another small key actually, the Child Climb.
That's nice to get.
Neat. Not required, but neat. And one more, which will be the Silver Gauntlets chest. We will see what's on there momentarily.
Silver gauntlets.
Cybrou, obviously.
Chest. Hopefully this iron knuckle doesn't cause too many problems. I think this makes sense to get it if it wasn't peaked, just because Requiem was our path.
And here's Cloudike.
And that is a
so
big chest. And that's
for
Kokiri's
Kokiri
sword!
sword!
Okay! Okay!
Okay. So Cloudike has Cybrou has planted a bean here. Or was it Cloudike? I think it was Cloudike. Whereas Cybrou has gone Child Climb to Kokiri sword, and I think with 2 keys. Oh, 1, 2. Yeah, 2 keys on Child side. I think this is Child locked.
Was that? Sorry, was the
there was a
sunblock room
small
with that
key
key?
in Sunblock room, which
Unblocked
is
yeah.
either Magic and Din's locked, or Magic and Fire Arrows locked, or just being Child locked. And there is Kokiri sword on the Silver Gauntlets chest.
So that key is 5 key locks or 3 keys plus long shot. So somebody smarter than me can deduce whether that gives us any information about where our long shot is.
I don't think so.
I don't think it does.
But I
But if
also
it's-
I don't fall into the category as smarter than you. I'm not
But
smart.
if it's, I'm making an attempt here. But if it's 5 key locked, that would mean we certainly need the small key from child side that Cloudike is just about to pick up here, to get to that Kokiri sword. Meanwhile, if we find a long shot somewhere, we would not need it.
Oh, Cloudike.
So we will see if maybe the long shot is here in Deku. That would for sure confirm that the Requiem is, or why the Requiem is path to, Phantom Ganon, I think. Sorry, to Queen Goma. At this point, I'm just going to conjecture that the Requiem somehow leads, it locks the access to that Kokiri sword in the Silver Gauntlets chest, though. It's the only it's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Okay, whilst we all argue spirit key logic, let's go through Deku.
Yep, ignoring the small chest in the lobby.
Yeah,
I think it's one of those
should.
things that we don't know, we can't deduce until we get more information.
Yeah, and we should focus
Or that
on
I can't be
Deku,
bothered to
'cause
deduce.
As we know, Deku can just end in the flash of an eye. It's such a quick dungeon.
I mean, three people in chat have told me that Longshot doesn't matter here.
Yeah, so Requiem, Path to Goma, got us the Kokiri sword, and then what else are we missing now? The hovers.
Well, that
We're
Requiem Path to
missing-
Goma means that we need to be able to, or we will somehow Deku locks either long shot or hovers to get to Spirit, right? And possibly just due to the Spirit key logic. I don't know. I suck with logic.
So we're just gonna say Requiem to Kokiri sword and leave it at that.
Well, we know that's it, because it's definitely not the slingshot, isn't it? So
For
in some way,
sure.
shape, or form, it works.
And wait,
Yeah, and other than that, I don't care.
that's a big chest in
Big
Deku.
chest. What's my voice doing?
Well, there's
That's
our
the other
second
magic.
magic.
Huh.
Oh,
No magic in Shadow Temple today. Is that even legal? I think we need to re-roll the seed. The seed is broken.
Yep. The seed is disqualified.
Yeah, the other magic's in ice. So we do have another magic. But if Cybrou finds a bow, then Cybrou might not need to go into ice unless Opponus is important.
Well, we need to get over to GTG unless we get long shot. Or hovers and can somehow reverse. And HBA doesn't have anything.
Yeah, I think the only thing is that whether the horse lock checks something. Can we know that the big post doesn't say just be HPA?
Mm-hmm. But we do need to get over to that GTG.
Yeah, I was going to say I thought Baha was joking as well.
Can't trust chat to be joking.
Yeah, that is true. Okay, so Cloudike picking up the Kokiri sword here, so that's going to be the next journey for Cloudike. But I have already lost a finger in trying to predict what Cloudike was going to do, so I'm not going to lose anymore. But looks like
Just
he's
headed
heading
in
in towards.
forest though.
Yeah.
Honestly, with their child spawn, is it still faster to play Minuet here and go through SFM, or is it just faster to save warp? I know
On VC, it'd be quicker to play Minuet. If you're on
Yeah.
emulator, it might be a different story. But
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking.
yeah.
Right. Here is the water medallion for Cybrou that unlocks Burning Cack for him, which gives him Nocturne.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That'll give him the first 2 checks of Shadow Temple, but
Absolutely.
he also knows that GTG is path to Bongo Bongo, so I assume he will ride over to GTG or reverse to GTG first.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no you get no loss of doing the first 2. I don't know if Cybrou's in the back of his head, kind of thinking maybe I can skip it. Maybe it is a bonus because he does have Requiem now. You know, it could be. I don't know what other songs could be there. He knows it's not Storms, and he knows it's not Nocturne. So it's Opponents and Serenade. So he may decide just to skip it.
Here's another thing.
Here comes some bottles.
Here's another thing too. So we got Epona's in Ice, which is Path of Volvagia. We know we need hovers to get to the boss in Fire. And we know that we're likely to find our hovers in GTG. So it kind of like the 2 paths go hand in hand almost.
Yeah, that's what I meant earlier with all the paths converging on Shadow.
Oh, yeah.
Epona is leading to GTG, and we now know because the other magic is just available in Deku Tree, that Epona is certainly the path to Volvagia from Ice Cavern.
Yep.
Which tells me that we have a Epona leading to GTG, which GTG is path to Bongo, so GTG has a hovers. Period. And that fulfills both the Volvagia and the Bongo path.
Yep, and it looks like Cybrou is going to go to Ice probably here, which will be good. He'll get a bow, get Epona's, he'll get a second magic.
Yeah, he will pick up the bow, which will be handy, and then that will allow him to do Forest. Cloudike's actually had the ability to do Forest for a little bit, but picking up the... oh no, he still doesn't have the Strength. Still hasn't picked up the 10 schools for the Strength. Has the 10 schools, hasn't handed it in yet.
He'll do that probably when he goes to get his Nocturne.
Yeah, so once... Cybrou planted the bean here with the big brain. I love this.
Big brain plays. I love it.
Up he goes.
Yeah, I can see Cloudike doing the first 2 of Shadow next. And then whether he decides to do 10 schools at that point, I think if you're going to do it at any point, then you may as well do it then. And we're going to see this method.
He has picked up the 10 Skulltulas, so he will be
Ooh, that was
that is definitely the swaggier method of doing B1 skip here. It also takes more skill, so it's not the one I go for.
And also the backup to get the flame.
Backflip up to the torch and then immediate jump slash to get the stick high enough to actually light the flame. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised Cloudike does these strats because he does do glitchless OOT speedruns as well, and I think that's the glitchless strat to get the stick lit up.
Okay, cool.
Oh yeah, right.
I think use flame storage.
Technically, flame storage is a glitch, and so is a ground jump. So
yeah,
and it just shows how having a history and a experienced speedrunning just gives you those little execution things.
Cybrou trying to peek bottom of the lake looks like a 5 rupee. Just a bloopy there. But yeah, that skip in the basement is also known as Tsundere skip. So you need to switch to Master Sword for this to work.
Yeah, so far, even though Cloudike is slightly in the lead, it's still a very close race.
Cybrou hitting all 4 Freezats here with the one spin attack. Played the waiting game well.
What is this
And
play?
he's reversing to GTG. Following his paths. He knows that GTG most likely has his hover boots, so doesn't want to go to CAC before he has those in hand and can just do Shadow Temple.
Very true. Very true. I personally, like, this is not something I would do, but it's just because I don't know the setup to get across the sinking sand without hover boots or long shot.
Well, I can send you a video later, that's not too hard.
Yeah, please do. That'd be awesome.
As always, I defer to fans' expertise on these matters.
Okay, so here's the reverse from Cloudike. So I'm assuming.
Exactly.
Sorry, he didn't go to Shadow.
Did not go to Shadow, did not go to CAC.
Interesting.
Did not even pick up the song, just went immediately from Temple of Time to Colossus to reverse to GTG. I mean, I can see it. He thinks that he expects his hover boots, and there's, by the way, Cybrou's bow finally. He expects his hover boots to just be in. Oh
my!
Oh my!
Another scale.
Okay. He expects his hover boots to just be in GTG, so most likely just wants those, then go to CAC, then just do Shadow Temple in one fell swoop.
I mean, at this point, I think hovers have to be in GTG.
Oh, I don't know that if that angle is right. But I needn't have worried.
Alright.
So you basically just position yourself to the right of the crate. Or you do that, but that seems tricky, so you can just position yourself to the right of the crate. Point yourself to the left of the crate on the other side of the sandpit, and then backwalk.
Also, I'm not sure if any of you have said this yet, I haven't, but we're hovers to glow mode.
You are not wrong. I like how both runners have just deferred Forest Temple for, well, both runners had no reason to go to Forest Temple until now. They didn't have the full kit.
No.
Cybrou now is the first runner who can just do Forest Temple, and we will likely see him do that once he gets out of Ice Cavern.
Unless he goes GTG first as well.
Yeah,
no, why would he? He has progression to do.
There's a big chest here on the fortress route, so we may not even get into GTG. This may be the hovers on top of the roof.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
What would GTG's path to Bongo be then?
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, probably not then.
Can
Yeah,
Cloudike even get that
was thinking
without
horse.
hovers or long shot? Because he doesn't have
He
Scarecrow.
can get it
He
with
doesn't.
hookshot, but he
He
doesn't have
doesn't
Scarecrow
have
set up, so
Scarecrow.
Yeah, good point. Not going to be able to pick that up at
hookshot
the moment.
extension from the prison, maybe, but he has lost the chance to do that.
Yep. And there's a big chest right away.
Big chest, here we go. That was it. Right
Teabag.
side first, I like it.
We do have Song of Time, so this play makes sense.
Yep, can peek the right side of the maze, can also do toilet to the satisfaction of Dastar. Oh, no, can't do toilet.
Nope.
We don't have
No
iron
iron.
boots. Never mind.
Come on, Tobias, do better.
Nah, I am excused today.
That's okay.
Ha-
You're running off of coffee. I understand.
not just coffee. I also I went to the doctor this morning to get a shot.
Oh, yes,
so
right.
that is slowly kicking in, and
Oh, brutal. And this is a force play instead of a GTG play first. Okay.
Dastar doesn't need to be paged. Dastar is always present.
Always lurking.
Mm. So what was that prediction? Will storms on OT be required today? Hate to break it to the believers, but that seems mighty slim, that chance, unless of course...
Nope. Lights are going to be in Bomb of the Well. I'm not losing another prediction. No!
If you commentator curse this, you are the one who will have to answer to the runners.
I'm fine with that. I will take full blame.
I like not going towards the firewall. You did play Song of Time, so could jump over there, but there must have been a big chest here potentially that he saw in the maze. He's already got 4 keys.
Ooh,
Oh,
okay.
there's just a big chest
More
here.
big
Go.
chest.
Okay.
Obvious.
We are glow
Are we out of
mode.
here?
We are glow mode. Oh wait, no, he doesn't have strength yet.
He doesn't have strength, and also he doesn't have Ferrari's wind, which makes it disincentivizes him from getting out of GTG here. He will want to clear that. Oh,
there's
hi!
strength,
Silver
too.
gauntlets. You know what to do.
We are long shot and irons from being able to all dungeons this.
Chat, remember, if you have the Silver Gauntlets emote, you are contractually obligated to spam that emote when people pick up the Silver Gauntlets.
Yeah, this is interesting. Cloudike decided to come to GTG before doing, the progression dungeons that he could have done, i.e. the shadow bit he could have done or the forest bit he could have done. Would have picked up 1 strength in forest and we said this actually as soon as he finished the forest temple, kind of the progression bit you could do, you might walk into a strength and he would have done and would have had the whole of forest done by now.
Yup.
And then if he did the shadow bit, he might have handed in the 10 schools and then could have strength 2. And it's looking like the hover boots might be behind the strength 2 block.
No, he has hover boots already.
Yeah.
Our tracker is just being lazy.
Yeah. No, lazy's not tracking.
That's true. Who is it then?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
But Cloudike.
Much love to our trackers, by the way. This is not an easy job.
As soon as Cloudike goes to get that Nocturne song, he will get his strength inevitably. It is the Skull House is right there. I see no reason why he wouldn't just pick it up.
It would be kind of weird not to.
Unless he, for some reason, thinks he's like insanely behind, but
Problem is though, if Cybrou ends up finding the light arrows somewhere on his way, he will bail out of GTG. Or he might bail out of GTG once he finds the hover boots anyway, because he does have Ferrari's wind.
Yeah. I think as soon as you find the hover boots, there's no reason to be in GTG. Like, I know what you're saying. Like, could continue searching for a bit for the.
Yeah, no, you drop Ferrari's wind, and then you do the safe scum scratch with Ganondorf, so you don't lose your Ferrari's wind in there, and then you just know where your light arrows are. And if they're in GTG, you just come back.
Yeah, it would be good for Cloud if he does find a strength just chilling in the Shadow Temple. That'd be nice for him.
Looks like is Forest hovers locked? I mean, you can do it without hovers. With the,
Oh, that's really interesting.
But it is hovers locked. What?
Oh, does Cybrou not know how to do the recoil?
It's not that hard to do. I learned it without any videos or help. Placing Furores down. Nice play.
Oh, Cloudike can now pick up this big chest with the hover boots, and it's nothing.
Which is
what a bait!
Stone of Agony.
What a bait! Oh dear.
Wait,
and looks like Cloudike is now headed into forest.
Yeah, and we.
No, wait, he can't be. He's playing Bolero.
Also didn't do HPA.
Then would be a river play. No, but he has been in Ice Cavern before. I am confused.
Cloudike has been to River 4 times. If he goes back to River, then I'm broken inside.
Well,
let's see how broken you get. Nope. Oh, he's headed for Cack. Okay.
Cack. Yeah, this makes sense.
That's reasonable. He doesn't have Nocturne. Took me a moment, but we got there.
And it looks like Cybrou may be going to GTG now.
But wait, huh? Why did Cybrou bail out of forest?
He lost.
Because he's hovers locked, but I don't think he knows the recoil strat to get to the chest in the Floor Master.
Oh, interesting. Must not know or must not feel confident about the recoil strat, but yeah, that Floor Master can absolutely have the key you need, because hovers are in logic. Interesting.
And Cloudike is going to get his first strength here. All right.
And so is most likely immediately headed for forest now.
Nope.
Or not.
Shadow
headed
first.
to Shadow first.
He could do both the dungeons. He's in proper glow mode now. He could do Shadow and Forest.
We are glow mode, everybody. Wait, what is he doing?
Checking Composer's Grave, just in case? That's a play.
I mean, I would have done that right after I did Shadow, and I would have just gone into Shadow first, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter when you do it, you're gonna check it regardless before leaving Graveyard,
unless you find your light arrows just in Shadow, but this could be it.
Well, eye drops.
We have no hint for Bikaron, just to note.
Oh wow, exciting. Like, you don't want to scum that.
That is a thing. So no save scum allowed from here on out.
Yeah, there's no reason to save scum because you do have Prelude as adult, but yeah, you don't want to be getting rid of that and doing the whole thing again. You will never find my light arrows on DMT.
Oh, that would be brutal.
Oh boy.
You do need to save quit out of the Ganondorf fight, though, so you want to do that beforehand.
Yeah, you would just do it, wouldn't you? You just blind do it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Before you save scum the next time, you certainly just play Bolero and invest a minute to not have to invest 5 or 10 minutes to get that stupid trade quest done.
Yep. And Cybrou can full clear everything in GTG besides toilet is also a good thing to note. Because
Does a Death Warp get rid of trade quest? I don't think so. Cola or someone else in chat might know. Oh, Schulzer says yes. Okay.
Okay.
That is one of the more obscure parts of logic that I wasn't or
Yeah.
of random programming that I really wasn't sure about. Schulzer knows and says yes. Has experienced it already. It was not funny. Oh, doing that unintentionally. Ouch. I believe you, Schulzer, that was not funny. That is quite rude, actually.
Oh boy.
That's a quick dead hand fight. So we both see some checks inside GTG from Cybrou here that we haven't seen from Cloudike.
Oh, and he's going left side first. Interesting.
Yeah, he's got all the items to full
Going-
clear this, so you'd go left first.
Yeah, going by density here, and that means you go towards the push block room.
Learning little
Interesting.
new
If this is a
routing
key,
strat.
I was gonna say, if this is a key, do you just go and peek? I think normally if I pick up a key in the lobby, then I just go and have a little peek and have a look at the scarecrow. Above eyes, check with the one key there. But unfortunately, no early key going this way, so we'll be going all the way around.
Yep.
Halo, who has the worst turn in circle? Is it Dead Hand or is it Epona?
I think Epona has the worst turning circle, but that is a close one.
Let's see. I did not. Have we only found one key? Yeah, we've only seen one key so far. In Shadow. Interesting.
Lord Jamo, there's a good clip from Hades' channel. It's like criticizing Dead Hand's fingernails.
Proper manicure is important.
Yep.
We may not be able to get to an opportunity. This has actually just reminded me. This room, we may not have an opportunity for me to make a joke that I had stored. So
Honestly,
I'm just going to.
I just want to say
You
if
really
light.
keep-
So the joke is that if Cloudike was going to get eaten by a like, then he could be Cloud like. That's it.
Alright, well, what I was just about to say did not happen. I was gonna say if, I was gonna just mention that if, lights were in the push block room there, that would have been good for Cybrou.
Wow, I actually got timed out.
What?
Yes,
I
I
got-
just timed you out for 60 seconds for being the worst dead Joker in existence.
Wow. If only if I could be on Team Dad, then that would be my life would be made. But yeah, I'll take Dad Joker.
Oh boy.
In other words, get wrecked.
This is the longest 60 seconds in my life. Oh, Cybrou seeing the big chest on the opposite side. Like, he'd be like, fuck. I want to be there, but I'm doing it this way around.
And also, after Cybrou's done here, we'll be able to determine if toilet is an item or a key.
No, it'll just be renamed Team DCAT. Yeah, that doesn't quite roll off the tongue the same way.
Dancing DCAT.
I would also like to say one thing. Happy 2 hours, everyone.
Yep.
Party.
Yeah. Want to say
Arte.
thank you to our runners, Cybrou and Cloudike, putting on a great show. Another shout out to our trackers, who are Shay, Bronze Noob, and KLO today. We would not know what the heck we were talking about without them. Also our... what's the next one? Is that one? And thank you to our restreamer, who is our Lord and Savior, Hell Knight. And also our race monitor, Gertrude. And then also to my fellow commentators who are wonderful today, Chuckles and Tobias. Thank you for letting me join you guys. It has been
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Kara. You're not too bad
our-
yourself.
And also, just want to also shout out, there is a French restream if you would prefer that, and that is on Poppy Grant's channel. So yeah, that's also to know.
Cybrou decided to get out of GTG without ever checking, without ever dropping for Rory's wind here. So it must have been confident that toilet is a key at that point.
Right on. Sounds good.
Nice.
That's what KLO is saying. Chuckles only vaguely knows what's happening with us. What's that all about? Rude. He's not wrong, but like, don't need to be called out like that.
Kind of rude, not gonna lie.
Yeah, we could still be waiting for light arrows in a storm's check, and if that's the case,
I'm sticking with my guts on Bomb of the Well.
it means we need a long shot. We need the iron boots,
or another scale.
or another scale, and we've got everything for spirit. So we would need 2 further items and complete spirit.
But this is an obscure bit of forest key logic, though. The fact that you get locked out of here logically by not having hovers. That is kind of ridiculous, actually.
I remember the first time I found this out. I found it out the hard way before I even knew I knew about I didn't know about the recoil strat. I was very new to Zooter, and I didn't even know that hovers could be logically required. I think it was one of my first couple seeds.
Hang on a minute. Crater was path to Phantom Ganon for Sun Song. We've established that.
Which we found.
And that led us to bombs. How do we get from bombs to either a bow? There's the light arrows.
Hookshot domain, and oh boy.
Cloudike is in go mode.
Okay.
Cybrou will be there shortly.
We now need to calculate the time between these two runners, because this is going to get close. So Cloudike has 0 small keys, so he's going to need to go into the back room. I don't know if they've got the BK or not. So they have probably about 4 minutes left in Shadow. And they have the whole of the Forest Temple to do. Let's say that's about 14 minutes, so 18 minutes to Ganon's. Cybrou
has done Courtyard. Cloudike is locked out of Forest Temple by... No, wait, that was Cybrou, right?
That was Cybrou. Cloudike has not touched Forest yet.
So Cybrou probably has, about 6 minutes of Forest left, plus the, 15 minutes of Shadow? So I would say Cloudike is ahead by about 2 minutes. Okay, that's going to be my prediction. It's going to be 2 minutes, Cloudike ahead.
But here's the thing, Cloudike being a previous speedrunner you mentioned, will he know the 2-key strat in Forest?
You won't need to.
And what do you mean?
Yeah, you won't need to do 3-key Forest, because you only do that in Key Sanity, or if you're Mr. Mario in a standard race. That I saw him do one time.
Fair enough. It's 3-key. Fair enough.
Yeah, three key. I mean, two key forest would be 2-key forest would be new tech, and if you wanna introduce us to that, go right ahead. But
my bad. I'm unfamiliar with the strat. That's why I didn't know it was 2 keys.
Yeah, no. So 3-key forest is mainly useful. Is mainly useful not to save time, but just because you save on keys if you have key sanity.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can. I mean, yeah, you can do 0-key forest in No I Am Wrong Warp. But that is not the rule set we're playing today.
I'm intrigued with chat saying that Shadow's shorter than Forest.
I don't
say that.
Minutes, yeah.
Forest is faster than Shadow, but I'm now really wanting to time it because actually, that's one of the things that I wouldn't actually know.
We will definitely take account of when Cloudike steps into the blue warp out of Shadow and when Cybrou steps into blue warp after Phantom Ganon, and then we will have our answer.
Yep. And it's gonna come down to a lot of execution at this point on who performs better in the dungeons and can navigate them and whatnot more efficiently.
I mean, both. The problem is both Shadow and Forest are. There's not much to navigate here. These are basically auto. I'm not gonna say auto scrollers because they do need the runner's attention. The runners need to pay attention to the tech that they apply here, but they are comparatively autopilotable, I would say.
Yeah. And if this race comes down to the fact that Cybrou didn't do the recoil strat, that is going to feel so bad.
Yeah, I honestly don't think Cybrou lost a ton of time with that. Probably actually in the confusion of them not knowing what to do in that moment might have cost them a bit more time than the actual act of it itself, because Cybrou needed the hover boots anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely lost time, but not a significant amount of time.
Great clean bongo fight here by Cloudike. Did need to shout that out. That was 9 quick and clean hits with the Master Sword.
Oh, using the Master Sword, not the BGS.
I think Cloudike hasn't equipped the BGS All Seed, so I think they may have forgotten they picked that out. Or did they scum it? Maybe they scummed that chew out of
I'm not sure.
It is possible.
And that's blue warp for Cloudike at 2:08:45. We're gonna keep a note of that.
All right.
Yeah, it was the CAC zombie grotto we've got here, the Anton Deck grotto, as I like to call it.
What?
Wow,
Also,
Anton Dick. That's digging deep.
I also just want to say, what could this be considered a jet seed? I think so.
I mean, someone's in go mode, so we're not cursing anything by saying it, but I
Borderline.
would call it maybe a bit quicker than average.
Yeah.
It's quicker
If
than
you- if
average,
you
but I
s-
don't think it's.
If you stayed
yeah.
in logic, this isn't a slow seed.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the problem might have been actually both these runners kind of didn't route it as effectively that they could have done it. I think there was a bit of waywardness. We can't, Cloudike went up river 4 times. I've said that a couple of times. There's been a bit of awkward routing from both runners, but that's 1v1s. We're not playing 100-person qualifiers. We need to play perfectly to be top 10. We are talking about 1v1 races, and this is why, in my opinion, 1v1s are the best format for OoT.
Yep. Yeah, and at this point, I think that Cloudike pretty much has it in the bag. It's gonna be close, but just Shadow's a lengthy dungeon.
Yeah, at least we're seeing alternating dungeons. That's pretty cool.
Yep. No, it's nice. I'm a little disappointed that light arrows weren't in Bomb of the Well, but
I tell you what, as a runner and a commentator, I am happy that we're going to see the end of the seed sooner rather than later. I think it would end up being kind of one item location getting done quicker than another runner, and it would feel kind of fortunate if you won rather than this. This kind of feels a bit more like the routing and execution was a bit more of a factor.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, that is slingshot percent as well.
Yeah, Cloudike is showing some slick execution throughout. Yeah, this is the courtyard pretty much done from Cloudike. So I said Cloudike by 2 minutes going into Ganon's. And it might be a little bit more.
We shall see. I would still say this is close, depending on how well Cybrou does in shadow execution-wise.
Yep.
That's, in any case, Phantom Ganon beat for Cybrou. And he does have that BGS equipped, which that 30-minute time save has to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Cybrou into the blue warp at 2:12:50 seconds. So that is just about a 2-minute difference. Oh, sorry, it's just about a 4-minute difference.
Interesting.
So we'll see. Cola saying in chat, Cybrou probably just about beats Bongo when Cloud is beating Ganondorf. We'll see. I'm really curious here. I don't have an innate understanding of like the minute-by-minute differences of Forest and Shadow. In my head, they're both kind of about 15 minutes-ish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a shame for Cybrou that won't be able to skip the back, because I think it was the manager in the end of the day had the last key that we needed.
Yep. Cloudike more comfortable than Cybrou with the recoil strat here in Forest.
Mm-hmm. I think we've mentioned this yet, but the winner of this match would play the winner of Krez. Is it? Did you say Krez
Yeah,
versus
it's Krez
Majarkin?
versus Majarkin.
Yeah, Krez versus Majarkin.
They play about over a week's time, I think, isn't it? They play quite deep into the cycle here, so
Yeah.
be a bit of a wait to see who the winner will play in the next match.
I think that that'll be a good race when the time comes.
You just take a moment to reflect on the amount of red masks in this bracket of Challenge Club. So we've got Baelnog, pretty sure red mask. Schulzer. There we go. Is that right?
What do you mean by
Schulze.
red mask?
Schulzer. Whatever. Tobor. Who else? We got Krez. I'm pretty sure Krez is. And Bossage. Like, we've got so many red masks in here. So for people who don't know, last year there was an event, a group event where there was one of three groups, red masks, and the two other rubbish groups. And the red masks we won. So
And the red masks are the only one who even still care about any of this. I should mention.
Yeah, I was curious.
Because red masks are terrible people. But that
Oh wow. It's pretty aggressive. Yeah, I was curious.
Yeah, so that was oh god, I honestly don't remember the other two groups, but it was in the Scrubs Discord. I think everyone was just assigned a group randomly.
it was violet shenanigans and yellow crap bags. Right? That's what it was. There was a lot of shit talking to each other.
Violet blades and gold banners or something?
I think it's golden wings. I think because I actually thought it was violet wings, but yeah, you're right. It's violet blades and golden wings or something like that.
Oh, Cybrou not quite having good luck here with a.
Oh, I didn't get the glitch to auto kill the second one.
Yep.
Yeah, Baelog is completely right. That was the worst the worst time I felt about this game as well. Doing this, I think I did that league and RSL all at the same time, and yeah, I hated this game. Yo, Dr. Dirty. Thanks for watching.
Oh, doesn't know the Deku Nut strat here.
Ignore Deco Nut strats. Use Dins.
True.
Yeah, it's so funny that there are so many different rooms and corridors. There are multiple strats, and that's like one of them.
Yep.
Exactly. Dins is the I am tired of this BS hallway button. Make the Skulltulas go away.
Yeah, I don't want to think anymore, and I'm done.
Yeah.
Which is why that's the strat that I use. Yeah, you often still have Dins equipped from when you enter the dungeon as well. So
Yeah,
that's when
exactly.
I use it.
So I think Cybrou does actually have a problem here, that because Cloudike's execution in Forest is pretty darn good. Oh,
Yeah, and yeah,
Well, not gonna comment on that one. Because that happens to me way too often.
Yep, that is.
Because
oh
no.
Okay, this is bad. This is just. Oh, I feel
Yeah,
so bad.
You miss this pixel once, then you start second guessing yourself, and kind of rough. But that's
What
it.
you need
It's
to do
perfect.
is land on the part that looks like you'd immediately slide off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you land on
that
the part
particular thing.
that looks like you shouldn't be landing. And then the part that you feel like you should be landing on is when you go off into the
just
void.
Yeah, exactly. That'll just immediately knock you off into the ether. Into the ether.
You get proper yeeted that way.
Because OoT is a well-coded game.
Oh, yep.
There's nothing down there, nothing down there, nothing over here. Immediately recognizes the futility of this crusher room and bails out of here.
Yeah, I think we were in a voice call together when that Mr. Mario seed happened, right, Tobias? And you got eaten by a pot.
Oh, I don't think so. If
Okay.
so, I might have fallen asleep. And that wasn't because the race was too boring. It was just because it was an ungodly hour for me.
Yeah, that was a funny one.
Oh no, and I noticed Cybrou fell into the void again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
having an unfortunate time.
Oh.
If that room starts messing with you, it really never stops.
Yeah. I've fallen victim once or twice myself.
Yeah, Cloudike didn't pick up the big chest in the courtyard.
Cloudike probably figured with it, whatever it is, I would only get annoyed with me for not picking it up earlier, so I'm just not gonna.
Yeah.
Small key from the pot. But yeah, this looks more and more like Cloudike has a time advantage that Cybrou will not be able to catch up anymore. But
Yeah,
we'll never call it done before it's done. All it takes is dying at the at an inopportune moment, dying to Ganondorf once or twice, or just falling off the platform, or dying to Iron Knuckles, even though double defense makes that unlikely, or just
Yeah, I was
going
going to say
back
that
up
double
the
defense
elevator.
makes it less likely.
Yep, elevator makes sense because go up and it resets the spinny pushy thing.
Oh, I
You didn't
did
know
not
that?
know that.
Oh wow. No. Yeah, I've seen it. I actually learned it while like being a commentator. I saw someone do it and I was like, oh cool. I'm gonna start doing that.
Yeah, okay. I did not know that. Is that faster?
If you, I think it is, as long as you don't need to get the one chest.
Just
down
need
there.
if you need the item, yeah. That's interesting.
Huh.
But you could peek it regardless.
Yeah, you can peek it, so that is actually faster. Okay.
Yeah, you learn something new every seed.
Yes, indeed.
How many times are you go mode in Forest Temple at the end of the sea?
That's a darn good question, but I mean, you can peek the item with the behind the big Skulltula as well. So
honestly, weirdly enough, I find myself in go mode Forest a lot.
And that is go mode for Cybrou, who now knows that it is run run time.
Yep. Go, Cybrou, go. Oh no. The nerves.
Yeah, Nerf's getting the better of him here, and Cloudike about to step into that blue warp.
Shadow,
24-21.
Honestly, I think, for me at least, Shadow is like my least favorite Go mode dungeon, just because of all the places you can void out, everything that can go wrong. And with being in Go mode, you just get a little nervous and stuff. So I just personally don't like Shadow as a Go mode dungeon for that reason, because of just being nervous and the extra danger of being able to void out in every second room.
Yeah, there's definitely more
Wow.
spaces to potentially slip up in Shadow than there is in Forest.
Yeah.
That was a long sentence. Anyway, Cloudike now 224-21 out of Forest, so just about 15 minutes 40 seconds from stepping into the Shadow Blue Warp and stepping into the Forest Blue Warp there. Not bad.
Did you take a note on when Cybrou entered Shadow?
I did take a note on when Cybrou entered the Forest Blue Warps.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Blue Warp
when
is
they
blue.
entered their respective dungeons, it was about a 4-minute time split, and now we're just waiting for Cybrou to enter his warp. You get to these like single elimination bracket phases, and just like losing one match just feels so cruel, especially after you've won the first 3. But then the beans. That's how we do it around here, and it just makes every race even more exciting to watch.
Yep.
Yep.
And also, I just want to say, that first bomb bag, which opened up the seed, was kind of an annoying location.
Yeah, we had a really weird start of the game, didn't we? Just trying to find that 1 or 2 items that will open up the seed for us, and Cybrou found it logically. Cloudite found it outside of logic using the choose to get into domain. Yeah, it's just overall interesting routing. Like, Cloudite definitely could have improved on the efficiency of the routing, but I'm trying to think, like, what specifically has slowed Cybrou up? Like, what? Like, Cloudike's done the whole of fire as well. So I'm just trying to think of the little things that, like, was it the extended child one? Like, that really extended child one that might have, like, Valley Lake. Cybrou did the Valley Lake.
Yep. I think Cybrou may have been a little bit more thorough than Cloudike. Hence him staying in logic at the beginning of the seed instead of breaking it with the choose. And I think that really played in Cloudike's advantage, just using those choose, getting to the domain, getting that bomb bag. Going
I think Cybrou also, Cybrou not being able to full clear Forest the first time around and having to bail and get to GGG first probably cost him some time.
Yep, not getting the bow and fire.
Yeah, and that is Bongo beat for Cybrou. While Cloudike just starting his Ganondorf fight.
Yep.
And so, yes indeed, Cola's prediction came true. It'll be just about Cybrou fighting or being done with Bongo as Cloudike is fighting Ganondorf, and is Cybrou into the blue warp at 2:28:43. So still just about a 4-minute and 20-second difference between the two.
Yep.
I don't want to accept that Shadow might have been the quicker dungeon compared to Forest with the execution slip-ups, but maybe I will have to accept that from now on. In my head, Shadow still takes 20 minutes because that's how long it used to take me.
So what was the blue warp to blue warp time again?
For Forest, that was 15 minutes 40 seconds, and for Shadow, it was math is hard. 15 minutes and 50 seconds, but that includes Cybrou falling off the falling into the void in the large room.
Yeah.
3 times? 4 times?
It was 3 times, I think.
That room really did a number on Cybrou.
It did, unfortunately. And then also once on the trying to hop onto the ferry wheel.
Yeah.
So
These voids did add up. But that means, Chuckles, yes indeed, Shadow is the quicker dungeon.
yeah, and it looks like Cybrou will just be getting to his final boss fight, or he'll be around the Iron Knuckles, I think, when Cloudike finishes. Maybe the Stalfos.
We shall see. In any case, get your GGs in chat for Cloudike, who is just a hop, skip, and a jump, and a hex, a slash, and a poke away from beating this seed as the first one with a time of 2 hours, 31 minutes, and 14 seconds.
Yep, that is
GGs.
GG's. That's got to feel bad for Cybrou, so close.
Yet so far,
Yeah.
but that's how it goes. At which point, so Cybrou has acknowledged that Cloudike has won. And we shall see if either of them would like to join us for an interview.
Yeah,
You know, both of the runners are French.
Yep, I'm just looking at the race room and seeing.
Okay, so Cloudike is going to join us in chat. Does not have his mic set up. And it turns out, Song of Storms was not required.
It was not. Feels bad. But yeah, that was actually, I think it was a good race. I enjoyed it. What
That
do
was
you guys
great.
think?
I had fun. This was a super close race. I think in the end it came down to a few routing choices, a few minor execution mistakes by the runners, because this was both of them certainly were evenly matched in terms of skill. Both of them could have taken this home.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it really was tight for the longest amount of time, and it wasn't really until we knew where the light arrows were that we actually were able to calculate the time differences between the runners.
Yep. Oh, and there's Cloudike in chat. GG's. Congrats on the win.
GG Cloudike, and congratulations. What were your thoughts on the seed, if you want to tell us quickly? And for the benefit of the YouTube VOD, we will probably repeat what you write in chat verbatim, so make it a good one.
was kind
The
with me.
seed was kind with you.
Yeah.
So there were a few things that did really make a difference. I think was also continuing in fire to find that bow up there.
Yep.
As was
Yeah.
the domain bomb bag.
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
interesting to hear, Cloudike, on your decision to complete the whole of fire when it was there, because that was a good decision that turned out to be beneficial for you, picking up that bow.
Yep. And breaking logic with those chews to get into domain was pretty beneficial, getting that hook shot and bomb bag.
We have a Cybrou just clearing up the pig right now, about to give the final swipe. Then it's going to look to be about a 4-minute time difference. So GG's Cybrou keeping up that distance between the Cloudike until the end.
That is a GG's for Cybrou.
So we will see if Cybrou will join us for an interview. But other than that, Cloudike says he was kind of scared that the last check in DC was strength or something like that. Yeah, you rage quit when you saw Nehru's Love. Well, it was a for Rory's wind on King Dodongo. So
Yep.
Cybrou had that going for him. And it looks like Cybrou will join us for an interview here.
Alrighty.
Yeah, Cloudike, I think you didn't get the DC hint because you were in using shoes at that time, but that DC hint was Ice Cavern was path to Volvagia. Just to let you know for that as well.
Yeah. It was a good time.
All right, Cybrou is ready to be dragged in, and here he is. GG Cybrou.
GG's
Hello.
Cybrou.
GG, bonsoir.
Thanks. Bonsoir.
So pretty close race. I mean, Cybrou, how did you feel at the start of the seed when you had that kind of long child section trying to find something to open, any checks?
It was horrible. I got the pass little late. I don't remember what it was.
Phantom
DMC
Cannon,
for,
DMC, yeah. Mhm.
so I got Samsung. But since I did almost everything in child, I pushed it as far as I could, and I got my first strength a little earlier thanks to that, I think. But that bomb bag hurt me a little.
Yeah. I'm curious.
Did Cloudike got his bomb bag easier?
He got his first bomb bag out of logic in domain.
Oh, I
Yeah.
did go to the man with the shoes. Okay.
Yeah, Domain Torch Run had a bomb bag as well, and that
Yeah,
was his
I
first.
remember it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Cybrou, I'm just a little curious. With Forest, because you double dipped Forest, do you not know the recoil strat to get to the floor master room?
Uh, yes, I did, but I just forgot. Forest Over was in Logic. It took me a few seconds to remember it. So
Okay.
I just and I read my pass again, and I over was in GTG, so far I went directly here
Okay. Fair enough.
instead of doing the recall.
Yeah, it's pretty like rare to see that the key is needed on that. So it can,
That key logic was a little. I thought I missed one key for a few seconds,
yeah, because you
and
went back into the corridor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went back towards the Stalfos room.
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, and I guess there was a bit of an interesting like thing with both of you that when you're in fire, Cloudike continued the climb in fire to clear it out after getting the boss key.
All
And
right.
you'd be interested to know that there's a bow in the compass chest in fire.
Nice.
But then you handily got the one out of the ice cavern. So we were
Yeah.
we were worried for a moment that might have been the end of the seed. But when Cloudite went into ice first and saw that bow, we were like, okay, right, this isn't over already. That we still have a race on.
Yeah, with that bow, I don't think I would have returned to fire before way too
Yeah.
long.
Yeah, it could have been sticky at the end with the light arrows. Were you thinking that maybe you were looking at an all dungeons for the light arrows at the end?
Yeah, it could have been. I have, but I still got old shadow and so, it was possible, but
Mhm.
as Song of Storm AD, it's always tricky. But since I was only missing light arrows,
Yeah,
I
and then
put it in the back of my head and hope that it wasn't required.
Yeah.
yeah,
I never found long shot and iron boot. I don't know if Cloudike found one of us.
I mean, I think we knew where both gold scale, or I think we knew where both scales were in the end, so we could have been long shot and just gold scale as well, potentially, but yeah.
I never
yeah.
found the long shot. Did
Yeah,
he
So
action it?
yeah, we don't know where the other hook is. So we only have one hook shot.
yeah.
We did see both scales. There's one in Wasteland and one on the Colossus Arch. And then we don't have the iron boots. We don't know where the iron boots are.
Yeah.
And the Cookie Sword was behind the strength 2 of Forest, since we didn't have enough key to go up there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Cloudike. Actually, I think Cloudike's go mode was the strength in the end, because Cloudike avoided the 10 school handing for a bit, but you did that a lot earlier, and then showed us
Alright.
that strength 2 in Forest.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 schools go mode.
I guess I lost a few minutes with my first child segment.
Yeah, you had quite a long child doing Valley Lake and things like that. Definitely put you a little bit behind, but it was really close right up until the end. It wasn't until we found the light arrows we were able to work out the time between you two.
And my shadow was pretty horrible. I fall 3 times, I think.
Yeah, a couple of falls didn't help you. But yeah, I think it might have not mattered, but yeah, it kind of it always feels a little bad when you know that
Yeah.
you're in go mode kind of or in glow mode or whatever, and you can't hit the jump sometimes. But That's kind of being in a knockout tournament in the Challenge Cup. Kind of it's a bit scary when you're in at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately for that would be kind of your time in the tournament over. Sorry to say that won't be progressing, but Cloudike will be going through to the next round.
Yeah,
And,
well, I was really pretty happy to make it to the brackets, so it's fine.
Yeah, you went 3-0 in your group, so
Yeah.
GG's in that. That was a good showing.
One of the best 32 players in this tournament. So that is not nothing. That is actually quite the achievement.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, and to be put up against somebody like Cloudike and the amount of time that Cloud's been playing, it would have been. It was a close match. It could have gone either way. But Cloudike, you go forward to potentially, to play the winner of Krez versus Majarkin. So that'll be a fun match to look forward to in the future.
Yeah, no, it will.
That quarter of bracket is pretty hard.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like Alexis, Kirkyu, Spike, Azora, like the other runners in that. It's pretty scary.
Yep.
But we know that there's a French restream as well. I know Pappy Grant has been.
Yeah, I
restreaming.
will go see them for a French interview.
Yeah. We'll let you go, and we can wrap up the restream here.
And thanks for the stream, and see you in another race.
Yeah. See you, Cybrou.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
GG.
Bye.
All right.
Here's Cloudike.
GG's Cloudike.
GG's, and thanks for putting on a heck of a show. Congratulations again, Cloudike, for making it to the next round, facing either Krez or Majarkin. As I said in the very beginning of this stream, I think there are no easy matchups in Challenge Cup or in the top 64 tournament. So good luck in the next one. And in the meantime, thanks to everyone who made this restream possible. Thank you to our runners who agreed to be restreamed, Cloudike and Cybrou. Thank you to our wonderful trackers, Shy, Bronze Noob, and KLO for keeping us all so well informed about what the heck was going on in this seed. Thank you to our restreamer, Hell Knight, our race monitor, Gudrun, and to my fellow co-commentators, Chuckles and Kyrie, for making it a very pleasant almost 3 hours to spend this wonderful evening.